Hello YouTube, this is KoalKingX with part 2 of the Inazuma 11 Go Rants. This one is going to be about Season 3, the movie, and Inazuma 11 Go. Okay, let's start with Season 3. As you may know from all the other videos, this is my favorite season of all because it had an advantage over the other seasons that basically it was able to use the music from every single season, and if you know what I really love about the show is the music, and Season 3 was able to use the music from every other season in it to make the soccer games really, really epic, and its Satsu moves were really great in this season. It had great team shots, solo shots, great catches, and what I really love about this season is it introduces my most all-time favorite character in Inazuma 11, Rococo. Now you may be wondering why Rococo is my favorite character, since he first appeared in Season 3 and didn't really have much scenes and much to do. Reason he's my favorite character is basically, well, look at this picture I'm showing you right now. Look at this guy. He's just epic. He's like a boss. He's like the best. He's the best goalkeeper in Inazuma 11. I don't care what you have to say. And of course the main character Endo has to be considered the best, but no, I think it's Rococo. Look at this. Look at him, the way he holds the ball, the way those look in his eyes. And most likely, what I really love about Rococo, I'm pretty sure, is just the hair. It's the hair. Look at his hair. It's weird. The color. I just really like their hair. That's mostly what I like. When I first saw the opening, I was like, man, I am gonna love this character no matter what he does. Look at that hair. So official. So proud. And he's the captain of Little Gigant. Is that even a real country? Cause I never looked it up. Little Gigants, I don't know where that's from. I don't know much about it, but he's the captain of that team. I should tell you now that I'm not really going to put up any spoiler warnings. This is Season 3. If you really haven't seen up to this point in the show, you probably shouldn't be watching this review. And if you just want to hear about what I think about Inazuma 11 Go and the movie, then just skip way ahead. And so continuing on Rococo, I just can't, I don't know, I really just like the guy. He also trained with Endo's grandfather, Endo Daisuke, which, by the way, is another little thing I had that Ichinose problem with it wasn't really dead, but his was more understandable than Ichinose's. Anyways, well, yeah, that's basically it. The guy, he looks official. He's like a boss. He's the most powerful goalkeeper in Inazuma 11. I don't care what you have to say, and just really like the guy. There are other characters I really liked in Season 3, but really not going to get into that. I'm just real quick, just going to put out some quick shout-outs. Really liked Fidio, Demonio was his name, Desta, and what's his name? Dylan from the American team, because Dylan was pretty funny though. All those random English things he always threw out there just to show that he was American. Continuing on why Season 3 is my favorite season is because Season 3 focused more on the soccer games than anything else. There was some story going on at the time, but it was really more about the soccer games and how those went on. The soccer games were a little longer in Season 3, I believe, and what was going on at the time was the thing with Goenji having to quit soccer and become a doctor. Sononamaru, the guy with the tiger drive, basically how he was afraid to take shots because he was afraid of being called a glory hog. And let's see what else happened. Midorikawa, formerly known as Reize, actually liked that. He was a hard worker, kept trying to be the best until he basically pushed himself too hard. That was nice. And there was another thing I want to talk about. There was something else I can't remember. Oh yeah, it was Kurimatsu, that little hamster looking guy. Why was he on the team? I really don't get that. That made no sense to me. But I'm trying to talk about why I like this season, not what annoyed me about it. Before I continue on most of the stuff I did like, there is one more thing I would like to talk about, which was this character named Shadow. He was introduced in Season 2 as somebody that wanted to join the Inazuma 11 caravan and fighting the aliens, but it wasn't good enough yet. But my problem was, he was introduced in Season 2 and it looked like he had a really a storyline there, but they never did anything with him. they continued on with season 3 where he tried out to join Inazuma Japan but failed. I was just wondering, why would they introduce a character they were never going to do anything with? It was kind of disappointing. Now back to the parts of season 3 I did like. What I especially liked in season 3 was like a few of the short stories outside of the football international tournament. Was one being the one with Demonio, the others was the one with Disarm. I can't say his original name because it is really too hard to pronounce for me. And the other one was the one with Desta and Insane. And there was another short story there. The one when Hirota went into the woods with the little small dude, and that wasn't really a great story. It was just funny to me. But mainly outside of all those like subplots and all those other stories, what I really liked was the football international tournament. I mean, I didn't really care much about the big villain at the end. The reason why Endo's grandfather had to go into hiding and all that stuff. Didn't really care about that. I was just really more interested in the tournament and the soccer games. And like I said before, season 3 was able to use the music from the other seasons to make the games like really exciting. I mean, when I watch the games, I really get goosebumps because it's like the best soccer game I've ever seen. I really wish real life soccer was like that, but I know it never will be. Anyways, continuing on the other things I liked, I did say I didn't like I didn't care for most of the stories except for one story which I did care, was the one with Endo and Furyuke, and whatever, how like she had her memory erased and all that stuff, and had like the coach was not really her father and stuff. That was a deep story. The only other story I could say that got me interested a little was when they finally talked about Kageyama and what his main problem was. I mean, at the end he finally goes to jail, finally, but technically no, he really still didn't go to jail, because guess what? Before he gets inside prison, he dies. So the guy technically was never arrested for all his crimes. Well, I'm pretty sure he's probably still alive somewhere. I mean, that guy's like a master of escape. Probably living his life in the same place that Lelouch is from Code Geass. And that's really it, all I have to say about Season 3. I mean, I really can't explain how great it is without, you just have to really see it. I'm pretty sure you'll fall in love with it. The shots, and the action of the shots combined with the music playing in the background, and all the, everything put together, it just works out great, and it's just great. I mean, I keep using that word, but that's all I can use to describe it, because it's like one of the best animes I ever seen. Mainly because this season was a great way to end it, even though I wish it didn't end here. But then there is the sequel, and with that I'll end my discussion on Season 3 here. Now I'll talk a little about the Inazuma 11 movie. I can't talk too much about it because it's relatively new, and this is something I really don't want to spoil for you, so I'm just going to tell you basically what I liked about it. I mean, the movie was really cool because they show basically all the Satsu techniques in a different way, from what you're used to. The Tiger Drive, Wolf Legend. There's even a few new ones there, and it's really cool. I really like the angle on it. My favorite from the movie was probably the Death Spear, because I really like the way it starts off. Also, God Cannon was also cool, and yeah, the movie was great. It had the same music. The music was a little different, but it was still good. And yeah, it just had everything you would like about Inazuma 11. And if you love the show, then you'll most likely love the movie too. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to talk about is Inazuma 11 Go. Currently, I think there is 18 episodes out, subbed. Most of these aren't. The subbing rate on this is really slow, so I haven't really seen much of the episodes, and from what I have seen, I haven't really been able to tell much about it. I mean, the thing about Inazuma 11 Go is because they have this new thing with the avatars. At first, I didn't really think that was something I was going to like, but it's okay. It hasn't really been much of an annoyance. The story is placed later into the future, which I would have rather seen the adventures of Endo and the rest of those guys maybe in high school or something. I think I would rather enjoy to see that too, but this is what I got, and I really can't complain because it's a good show all its own. Can't really say it's a bad show comparing it to its to Inazuma 11. And yeah, I really haven't seen much about it to talk about it. The only thing I can say so far is the soccer team, the new soccer team, was kind of annoying at the beginning with their reluctancy to play soccer because of this. What's it called? What's it called again? Holy Road or something? The fifth sector. Yeah, the fifth sector. Yeah, and all that stuff. So that kind of got annoying, but I think it's gonna the show's gonna change flow soon. And besides, this is season 1 of this show. The season 1 of Inazuma 11 wasn't really all that either. So yeah, just gonna wait and see how this turns out. Hoping it's as good as Inazuma 11. And I think that's basically it. So that's basically all my thoughts on Inazuma 11. If you have any questions to me personally, post them into the comments and I'll try to answer them. And if you think there's any other animes I should talk about or review, I'll be glad to just send me a message or say something in the comments, and I'll get back to you.